Good morning, everyone. So, today we are going to start with a new chapter, chapter number 2, that is innovations in banking technology. So, innovations means changes that has occurred in banking technology, right? So, we will start with a topic, and the topic today we are going to discuss is bank computerization. So, before we begin with the topic, we need to know about the meaning of computer, its characteristics and components of a computer. So, a computer is a device that accepts data, stores data, processes data as desired, retrieves the stored data as and when required, and prints the results in desired formats. So, we know that raw data is the input. The data, when processed according to the given instructions, gives some output, and that output is our desired results. So mostly when we talk about the characteristics of a computer, we are very well versed with the characteristics of a computer, like the speed. We know that it can access and process data million times faster than humans can. So it can store data and information in its memory, process them and produce the desired results, right? Next is storage. Storage is computers, they have a capability of storing vast amount of data or information, huge capacity to store data in a very small physical space, like we have the what we call them as DVDs, or we can CDs are there, pen drives are there, like that. Next is accuracy. Accuracy means a computer, the accuracy of the computer is very high, and every calculation is performed with the same accuracy. There are minimal chances of errors, and that errors can be due to human beings. Next is diligence. Diligence means it is free from tiredness, as human beings get tired after working for 2 hours, 3 hours, but a computer never gets tired or never lacks concentration. Next is we have versatility. Versatility means at a particular point of time, a computer can perform a wide range of jobs with speed, accuracy and diligence, right? Next is communication. Communication, all the computers within an office are connected by a cable, and is possible to communicate with others in the office through the network of computer, like we have the local area network, like that. Next is processing power. So they began as mere prototypes at research laboratories and went on to help the business organizations, and today their reach is so extensive that they are almost used everywhere. So we know that everywhere we cannot live without the latest technology, like mobile phones, or we talk about laptops, etc. So why? Just because of the evolution, that they have become faster, smaller, cheaper, more reliable and user friendly. Next is we have the components of computer. Now there are 3 components of computer: input unit, CPU, that is central processing unit, and we have the output unit, right? So in the input unit, it helps in entering the data into the computer, and input devices are like we can call keyboard, mouse, scanner, etc. This units takes the input and converts that into binary system. Binary system means the language that is understandable by the computer. Next is we have a CPU. So in the CPU, central processing unit, it is, we know that it is the brain of the computer. This is used to store program, photos, data, etc. So CPU also is divided into 3 subunits. Subunits are control unit, memory unit and arithmetic and logic unit. So when we talk about the control unit, this unit controls all the activities of the components of the computer. So this unit converts the input into binary system. That means this unit is helping us in converting the binary system, so that the computer is able to understand the input. Next is memory. So this unit is responsible for storing the data and processes it according to the instructions given by the human being. Next is we have arithmetic and logic unit. It performs all the arithmetical calculations, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, like that. logical function of comparing two or more variables we can call, like we have graphs, we have charts, etc., for comparing the data. So that work is done by arithmetic and logic unit. Next is the third one, we have the output unit. Now output unit is actually what the data is, right? So it converts the data into human readable form. Mostly the monitors are used as to display the data or the related information that is actually required by a human being. Now coming to the banking, we have some books of accounts that we need to maintain in banking. So see here, the diagram is given, accounting is given, financial, verification, expenses, reporting, these all are given under accounting. Mostly when we talk about the books of accounts that are to be maintained, so we maintain journal, we maintain cash book, we maintain special purpose books, we maintain ledger, trial balance, and then we prepare the financial statements. Now the manager has to prepare and maintain all the books of accounts manually, but with the innovation in technology, various machines are capable of performing accounting functions. Like nowadays we have the software related to tally that is used to record all the transactions that occur day to day in the business. Then we have billing machines which helps the seller to generate bills automatically. So there has been a lot of innovations in the technology. So same way, if we talk about the banking technology, we have computerized accounting in case of banking. Now in case of computerized accounting, this uses the concept of databases. Now when we talk about database is an organized data or structured data, right? So there are accounting softwares that are used to implement or computerized accounting, like we have the tally, as we have already discussed that earlier. So flow of accounting entries. Now if we talk about the flow of accounting entries, from where actually the transactions start and where the end is. Now firstly, all the transactions that are related to purchase and sale, they are recorded in the trading account, right? Whatever purchases are made, whatever sales are made, so out of all the purchases and sales, what ultimately the result is the gross profit or the gross loss. That gross profit or gross loss is forwarded or taken to the profit and loss account. Now when we come up with the gross profit, we prepare profit and loss account, now which records all expenses and incomes. That means whatever are the expenditures, rent, wages, etc., incomes, all are recorded in the profit and loss account. And at the end, when we subtract all the expenses from the incomes, we get net profit, right? And if incomes are less than expenses, then we get the net loss, right? So accordingly, and the last step in the flow of accounting entries, we have the preparation of balance sheet. Now balance sheet means assets is equals to capital plus liabilities, right? So that is why all the assets are recorded on the one side, and the other side all the liabilities plus the capital that is introduced in the business is recorded, right? Next, coming to the next one, that is components of computerized accounting software. First of all, first component is preparation of accounting documents. Now accounting documents means like cash memo, we have bills, we have invoices. Cash memo is what, whenever the transaction that takes place in cash, right? So bills are there, invoices are there. When the seller sells the goods on credit, that time invoice is prepared. So first of all, we prepare all the documents. After preparing the documents, we have the recording of transactions. Now on the basis of these documents, what we prepare the transactions. Now every transaction is recorded daily. Every account and transaction is assigned a unique code. Grouping of accounts is done in the recording of transactions, so that it simplifies the work of recording transactions. Next is we have preparation of trial balance and financial statements. So after recording the transactions, we can record the transactions in journal, in the cash book, in the subsidiary books, like that. After recording the transactions in these books, we prepare a trial balance. Before preparing a trial balance, we prepare ledger accounts. after preparing ledger accounts, we transfer the balances of ledger accounts into trial balance, right? After preparing trial balance, we come up with the preparation of financial statements. Financial statements involves the trading account, profit and loss account, and the last is the balance sheet. So all these are prepared. Now coming to the adjusting the accounts. Adjusting the accounts means first is timing issues. What is the timing of the preparation of accounting? So time period assumption is there. We know that 1 year we can call as a time period assumption, that after 1 year we are going to prepare all the accounting transactions, or we are going to calculate the profit and loss account. Now in a second we have fiscal and calendar years. Like fiscal year or calendar years, calendar year starts from 1st January and it ends at 31st December. Same way fiscal year starts from 1st of April and ends by 31st of March. So accordingly we choose that accrual versus cash basis accounting. This we have already done, that when actually the transaction is taking place, that time we are going to record the transaction, right? Or whenever we are receiving the cash, that time we will be recording the transaction. These type recognizing revenues and expenses. So recognizing revenues and expenses means we have to recognize the nature of the transaction, that whether the transaction is revenue in nature or it is expenditure in nature. That means whether it is an income or expense. Next is the basics of adjusting entries. First is type of adjusting entries. Now basics of adjusting entries, in this all the points are related with the outstanding or prepaid expenses and income. So all the outstanding expenses, all the outstanding incomes, prepaid expenses, all are recorded and adjusted accordingly in the statements or in the final accounts. Next is the adjusted trial balance and financial statement. Sometimes it is possible that the trial balance do not tally due to some human error or some mistake. Now at that situation, what we have to do is we have to create a suspense account just for adjusting the trial balance, and when we are able to adjust the trial balance, after that we will be shifting for preparing the financial statements. So in the next lecture we are going to discuss about the transaction processing system and the steps that are involved in the transaction processing system. For the time, thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy and stay indoors.